Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Reading the Red this Thursday morning. And this rather blistery, looks like rainy day. I'm not sure we're going to see too much sunshine today. Luke chapter 5, verse 39. And no one, after drinking old wine, wants new, for he says, the old is fine. So after this parable that Jesus told, after this impression that Jesus wants to make, after impacting the scribes and the Pharisees with regards to the challenges that he makes to them, he sums it up by saying this: they will come to this conclusion within themselves and they will say to themselves, the old is fine. Meaning that this idea of drinking new wine over old wine, they say we would rather drink old wine. And I'm not a wine drinker, but people say that old wine is much more embracing than new wine. So let's take their word for it, that old wine tastes, as it were, richer in its pleasures for the person that drinks than the new wine. So the idea of drinking old wine over new wine, people would possibly have preference for. But here Jesus is saying that they will say to themselves, the old wine is fine. Meaning that everything we've known, everything that we've had, what has always been, is just fine. And that idea of keeping to the same old package is a problem that many people, including Christians, are making as it relates to their lives. There's this acceptance that because it's always been like that, it always has to be like that. And in fact, the real issue is letting go and allowing change to come into a place of this new beginning. Whether we like this new beginning or not, change is coming. And there are a lot of things going on in our land, even this day, that are changing. The world is changing. So everything is changing. And we're not liking it. And we're saying, I have said myself, the old was fine. Let's get back to where we were. But actually, the reality is that change is coming because we are, as a human race, on a time agenda. And the time agenda is God's agenda. The agenda of the unfolding of all things, when the world will be challenged as it relates to their response to the gospel, the free gift God gave to the world when he sought to save the world. So that's an inevitable reality. There's nothing we can do about that. We have to accept it. But in this situation, the change that Jesus was wanting for the Jews was that they might come into the reality of this salvation that Jesus was preparing for them. But they just didn't want it. They wanted to keep the old. And the old for them was the law. The law was the means that accessed God for the Jew. And Jesus was saying, look, I am coming to supersede the reality of the law. Can't you get it? Won't you get it? But Jesus declares, they say, in effect, to themselves, the old is fine. Brothers and sisters, the old isn't fine because things are changing. Thank you for joining me. Be blessed. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.